heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges, cause in the end we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say na 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 na.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome to the Al Malik grounds here at Ajman for the Insurance Cup Premier League Season 11. This is the third game of the day on a Super Sunday between Oriental Insurance and Orient. Qasim from Oriental Insurance is the captain and Khurram is the designate captain today in place of Hasnain. He will toss. Khurram toss करेंगे. Tails call हुआ. Heads is the call. Khurram toss जीता, आप क्या करेंगे?
जी अभी विकेट की कंडीशन के हिसाब से तो हम पहले बैटिंग करेंगे और डिसाइड भी यही किया था। इंशाल्लाह हम पहले बैटिंग के लिए जाएंगे, गुड चेस अच्छा टारगेट देंगे और इंशाल्लाह कोशिश करेंगे कि उनको अच्छे कम से कम मार्जिन पे उनको रोका जाए।
हसनैन नहीं खेल रहे इस गेम, क्या वजह है कि वो आज नहीं खेल रहे हैं?
उनका कुछ थोड़ा सा इंजरी का प्रॉब्लम था, इसलिए वो आज थोड़ा रेस्ट कर रहे हैं। इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट मैच में वो अवेलेबल होंगे। तो
और उनकी जगह पे जो प्लेयर आ रहा है उनके ऊपर कितना प्रेशर है, क्योंकि आप एक कप्तान को रिप्लेस कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर कितना प्रेशर है और आपके ऊपर कितना प्रेशर है कि आज कप्तानी आप पहली बार कर रहे हैं इस टूर्नामेंट में?
नहीं, कप्तानी तो पहली बार नहीं है, मुझे हसनैन भाई ने पहले भी एक दो बार ऐसे ही डेजिग्नेट किया, तो इंशाल्लाह प्रेशर की बात नहीं है। जो अच्छा खेलेगा वो अच्छा विन करेगा वो। तो हमारी कोशिश है कि अभी हम ये चीज़ नहीं देखते भी कोई कैप्टन रिप्लेस हुआ या हमारा कोई प्लेयर रिप्लेस हुआ है, हर बंदा अपनी अपनी एक जिम्मेदारी और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ खेलता है। तो इंशाल्लाह हमारी कोशिश यही होगी कि ये चीज़ ना सोचे कि कोई टीम के अंदर है या नहीं है, तो वो हमें बैठ के गाइड करेंगे बाहर से। इंशाल्लाह अपना पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि अपने मैच को अच्छे तरीके से खेलें।
और विकेट को देखते हुए फुली विकेट लग रही है, आपके हिसाब से इस विकेट पे कितना स्कोर चेसेबल है?
हाँ, देखिए विकेट मेरे ख्याल में इसके ऊपर कम से कम 180 तक तो जो टारगेट है वो तो इजी चेस हो सकता है, लेकिन हमें 180 मैक्सिमम जाएंगे तो मैच सेव होगा इंशाल्लाह।
थैंक यू वेरी मच और इंशाल्लाह आपके साथ अच्छा मैच हो जाए। एंड कासिम, हैप्पी टू बैट फर्स्ट, सॉरी बोल फर्स्ट?
Yeah, actually, honestly, we want to ball first because there's some dew after the rain, so we want to utilize that dew. Maybe, hopefully, we will get some swing in the starting. Yeah.
And coming into the business end of the tournament, playing a champion side, of course, there could be a bit of pressure on the boys. How much of a team talk has gone into it to tell the boys to relax yourself and come into this game?
Yeah, look, it's T20 game. It's maybe It doesn't matter how much strong your team are. The day suppose any player plays a good inning, then it will definitely create pressure on the opponent team. So our main focus is not to give extras and stick to the basics. Don't try to do much.
Anyway, thank you for that. All the best. We'll see you at the game. That's the news from the center. Khurram won the toss and he elected to take first strike. Stay tuned for live action. Thank you. Come the last game of the day, the second of the Super 8s on a Super Sunday here at the Al Malik grounds for the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11 between Orient and Oriental. Orient, the defending champions. Last time these two teams met, Orient had a 58-run victory against them. So some positives that the Oriental also would have taken from that game. We'll be hoping that their boys today make a better show. Keshav Sharma, the left-hander, is going to take first strike. His partner Mohammad Sufyan, who has a good track record in this tournament, is at the non-striker's end. Hilal Khan is going to open the bowling for Oriental. This is the Super 8 game. Both these teams having a good show coming into this tournament and reaching the top half of the tournament as Keshav, 11 matches, 244 runs, strike rate of 234. He gets a blistering start to his side. Fortunately, has not carried his bat through quite a few times and will really want to do that. So does Sufyan, 5 matches, 233 runs, 188.5 to the last time this tournament was held. He was the man of the finals, so his team will be hoping that not only does he come good, but he takes his team to a big score as Hilal Khan, 10 wickets, 15 matches, economy of 7.07, up against a side that has a good pedigree, will be testing himself, but economy nonetheless 7.07 when you're bowling as the opening bowler is quite commendable. Yogi That's ball number 1. Hilal Khan down the leg side. The keeper collects, but it will be called a wide. So 1 run straight away to the total. The captain is not there, so Khurram is going to be the stand-in captain, wicket keeper as well. As another wide, and the keeper doing well, moving to his right, making sure he stops the ball. So another wide, so 2 runs to the total without any ball being counted. Does he change the angle, come from round the wicket and bring the ball back and surprise him? Or stays over the wicket and then takes one across the left-hander? Needs to be seen. The lengths have been good. It's only that this time much better plays it towards point and no run. Sufyan wanted to get on to strike, but Keshav declining that risky single. So first ball bowled and 2 runs to the total. Hilal Khan this time bringing it back to the bowler, bringing it back to the batsman, plays it straight batted towards mid-off and takes off for a single. So he's off the mark with that single and the score moves on to 3, brings the right-hander on to strike. A few headaches for a captain when you have a left and right combination. Will want to see them see the back of a couple of them as early as possible and put pressure on this batting lineup. Taking their time in setting the field. Hilal Khan, right arm over, trying to get the ball away from the batsman. Batsman chasing that one. Luckily for him, it's not called a wide. It started way outside the off stump and kept moving away, but the fact that it moved away a bit late saved the bowler. So 3 on board for the loss of no wicket. Hilal Khan this time stands and delivers, but the ball going towards mid-on where Yogi is fielding. No run there. No feet movement whatsoever. And Orient missing the services of their captain today. This time width on offer, plays it towards the cover region. There's no protection there. 4 runs, the first boundary of the innings, first boundary to Sufyan, and the score moves on to 7. Not a good delivery when you don't have protection, giving away width, and for a player who likes to go after the bowling, that was easy pickings with no protection. Minimum risk for the batsman. Score moves on to 7. This time bangs in short, expecting that one, fine leg inside the circle and another boundary. So seeds of doubt right in the mind of the bowler. The moment he pitched it up, he was carted over covers and then decided to go short. But Sufyan is a player of high caliber, and one bounce, he sends it over the ropes. So 11 for the loss of no wicket at the end of first over. Over number 2, Abdullah to bowl from right arm over, the brings bowls to the left-hander Keshav. Tries to drive this one in and off of the bat. There's no protection at fine leg, so the man at third man gives a futile chase. 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 15. And Keshav too gets a boundary. Not a convincing one, but will take it, get some runs under your belt. Have a look at that. Wanting to drive that one, but not the kind of delivery which you can drive easily. But nonetheless, 4 more runs to the total. Second ball. This time slightly short of length. No feet moment again. Keshav playing from just hard hands. Luckily for him, doesn't find the edge, and the ball going into the keeper's gloves. So dot ball. This time much fuller to the batsman. Keshav plays it towards the man at mid-off. Yogi the fielder there. No run. Score remains on 15. This time onto the pads, plays it towards the square leg boundary. There's a fielder there for a single. Score moves on to 16. This time bowling round the stumps to the right-hander. Something which you don't see very often with new ball bowlers. With the right-hander, you're more better off bowling from over the wicket. Take the ball away. Bring your stock ball, which could be the one that could come inside. Keep the bats. But with you bowling from round the wicket, the only have a look at the last ball that was bowled. In the slot, goes over top, losing his shape, trying to go inside out. The man at long on, never at ease, and just feels with his fingers. And a reprieve for Sufyan. End of 2 overs, 18 for the loss of no wicket.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 3 to begin. Hilal continues. Wrapping him on the pads, but not going to get out because the ball was hit outside the line of the leg stump. It was pitched on middle and leg, moving away, so no chance of an LBW. Keshav survives. Sufyan batting 10 of 6 with 2 boundaries. Keshav batting 6 of 7 balls. Again, bringing it into the batsman. There's a fielder down there at square leg. He misfields, allows the second run. And score moves on to 20. Keshav moves on to 8. Again, bringing the ball back, inner half of the bat. Man at long on there cannot prevent the single, so score moves on to 21. Brings Sufyan on to strike. Score 1 plays it towards covers. There's no run there. There's a fielder station there. Score remains on 21. We're in the third over of power play. 4 balls completed. 2 more balls to go in this over, barring any wides or no balls. A bit of an effort in that one and plays it towards the extra cover boundary. Another one of the 2 fielders were allowed outside the 30-yard circle, so 1 more single. Score moves on to 22. Last ball of the third over coming up. On the pads and cannons onto the stump. So Keshav Sharma is out. Hilal perceives with bringing the ball back in over and over again, and this time Keshav a bit early into the shot and misses that one. The ball kisses his legs and goes on to hit onto the stump. So the first wicket down. 22 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 3 overs. Hilal Khan 2 overs, 15 runs and success. Keshav out 9 of 10 balls bowled by Hilal with 1 boundary to his credit. New man Mohit Kalyan. Mohit had scored 150 in the last game that he had played against Salama. He breezed his innings from after scoring a century of 52 balls. He completed his 150 in the next 9 balls before he was out in the penultimate ball of the innings. So Oriental will be wary of the fact that this boy can go big. क्या हुआ? Over number 4, Sufyan taking strike. Mohit is at the non-striker's end. Will be called a wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 23. First change coming in. That's Yogesh, who's bowling the 4th over of the innings. Will be called another wide, so second wide to in the over. This time in the air, over the man at short third, ball racing away towards the third man boundary. Score moves on to 28. And Sufyan moves on to 15 with 3 boundaries to his credit. $28 for 1. Again, width on offer, goes over the man at covers, and this time holds out. There was a man specifically kept for that, didn't stop himself from taking that bait, and finally perishes. His scratchy innings comes to an end. He's got 15. Have a look at that. The bait was there. He went inside out, not in good shape, and straight to the man at covers, who takes the catch. And a double strike for Oriental Insurance. Sufyan out for हाँ वही MS था ना यही करेक्ट डाल दे So two new men at the crease at the fall of Sufyan's wicket, who's out for Puneet, the new man. 7 matches, 120 runs with a strike rate of 162. But the task on hand right now is not going big, is to play out a few overs, get some runs under your belt, make sure you don't lose your wicket. Runs are coming, but lost a couple of wickets as well. 28 for 2. Puneet plays this towards gully, and both the batsmen cross over for a single. So Puneet off the mark with that single. Puneet Shetty partnered with Mohit Kalyan, who's now going to take strike. 29 for 2. Sufyan was caught by Shailesh off the bowling of Yogesh, as E2 plays it with soft hands towards point and takes off for a single. Score moves on to 30. He's off the mark with that single. Both the batsmen on one each of the ball that they faced. This time Puneet plays it to point. The fielder there, quick on his toes, the captain Qasim. Doesn't let that single go through. So score remains on 30 with the last ball of the 4th over coming up. Slow one, plays it towards long on. There's a fielder there for that. Single to complete the over. Hilal doing the fielding there. Good throw back to the bowler. End of the over, 31 for 2 at the end of 4. A wicket taking over comes to end. Yogesh given away 9 runs and taken the wicket of Sufyan. Abdullah to continue. Chance of a cut behind. They're asking for it. The umpire unmoved. Asking for it. There's no review for a caught behind. So umpire is not going to refer that upstairs. Have a look at it. Thinking that there's an edge. Probably the one that's hitting the ground. Not out, says the umpire, and the game continues. 31 for 2, 4.1 completed. Round the wicket, this time in the air towards the cover region. There's a man at extra covers, Shailesh, who comes around. Throws the ball back to the wicketkeeper. 1 run there. विकेटकीपर का नाम क्या है? 32 for 2. Onto the pads, plays it towards mid-on. There's a fielder there, Hilal. A single to the total. .33 for 2 brings Puneet back on strike. विकेटकीपर का नाम पूछो. 33 for 2. Trying to swivel across and play it. Misses that one, but in the end still completes a single. Score moves on to 34. .34 for 2. Drives this through covers, handsome looking shot, and the ball races away towards the boundary. Mohit gets his first boundary. Pitched ball slanting across. All he needed was a bit of timing. He gets that one, and look at that pose through the boundary, through the cover boundary for 4 more runs. Score moves on to 38. 7 runs of the first 5 balls of the over. This time driving it towards the man at mid-on. No run there. 38 for 2 at the end of 5 overs. हाँ सल्लू करके कुछ है. सुलेमान सही तो नहीं है. Over number 6, the last over of power play, as Yogesh comes to play. It's in the air. Qasim the fielder, and a well judged catch. Wicket number 3. Back pedals, and another good catch sees the end of the batsman. Puneet, the batsman, trying to go for the big one, ends up spooning the catch, and Qasim takes a good catch. Have a look at that. Trying to play leg side, the ball taking the outer edge of the bat. Qasim, the captain, going to back from point and takes a well-judged catch. Sees the end of Puneet, who's out for 4 of 7. And a second wicket for Yogesh. Given away 9 runs and taking his second wicket in 1.1 overs that he's bowled. Ansar comes in at number 5. Coming in the last over of power play. 11 matches, 242 runs, strike rate of 159. Oriental Insurance in the last game against Orient as well started off well when they bowled, got 2 quick wickets. It in fact got 3 by the end of the power plays, but in the end still lost by a huge margin of 53 as Anzar plays it towards short covers. A quick single completed, direct throw, but Mohit was well in. It's yeah, Qasim है. Gabriel तो इसके लिए खेलता है ना, Howden के लिए. A good throw towards the stumps, but Mohit well in. So 1 run to Anzar, who moves on to 39. 5.2 overs completed. Mohit, just taking into account the ball shaping away, plays it softly. He's got to bide his time now. He knows he's seen 3 of his partners go back to the hut, so he has a big responsibility now to ensure that he shepherds this innings and stays there as long as possible. A slow one, plays it with soft hands towards mid wicket. The fielder doing well. And 1 more run to the total. Score moves on to 40. Couple of balls left in the power play. Wanting to take a single throw at the bowler's end, well backed up by the fielder at mid-on. No run there. Mohit wanted to get on strike with that single. Anzar stops him because that was a risky one. Didn't want to lose another wicket at this stage. Last ball of the power play, plays it with soft hands towards short third. There's a single there. 1 more time the stump's been broken, but the batsman well and truly in. 41 for 3 at the end of 6 overs. We have a look at the scorecard quickly. Keshav Sharma was the first to go, bowled by Hilal for 9 of 10 with 1 boundary. Sufyan 15 of 10 with 3 boundaries. He was caught by Shailesh at deep covers off the bowling of Yogesh. Puneet Shetty caught by the captain Qasim, bowled Yogesh for 4 of 7. Mohit Kalyan batting 7 of 6 with 1 boundary, and Anzar Ashraf batting 2 of 3. 4 extras to the total. 41 in the first 6 overs. 3 bowlers used. In the innings so far, Hilal Khan 2 overs 15 runs 1 wicket, DJ Abdullah 2 overs 14 runs no wicket, and Yogesh 2 overs 12 runs and 2 wickets. The fall of wicket, first one fell at the score of 22, the second at 28, and the third at 38. That concludes the power play as we go into phase 2 of the game. Over number 7, Abdullah to continue. Right in this block hole. Anzar blocks it out. No run there. Score remains on 41. Around the wicket, this time slanting it across the right hander. Batsman was trifle late in reaching the ball into the keeper's gloves. .41 for 3. Short ball toward the man at square, and what a beautiful catch. dying on him, but he makes sure he holds on to the catch. So the fourth wicket down. Abdullah this time using his shoulder, bounces this one, catches the batsman by surprise. He plays the hook shot, not there, and the man at short square slanting himself across, and a well judged catch. Four wickets down. Anzar Ashraf caught. Amila, the new batsman, in at number 6. 9 matches for 166 runs, strike rate of 150. But at the moment, will want to partner Mohit. Last man, Anzar, caught by Fardeen off the bowling of DJ Abdullah. Then plays it back towards the bowler, fields of his own bowling. Score remains on 41. कैच दिखा सकता है वापस रेडी रखना विकेट 2 more balls left in the over. This is over number 7. Plays this towards, covers the man from cover boundary, comes across and fields the ball. An easy single. Score moves on to 42. As we have a look at the last wicket that fell, slightly big on him. The man comes across and then slides across and reaches the ball just in time and holds a one-hander. Last ball of the over. This time tucks him up onto the pads towards mid-wicket. Both the batsmen cross over for a single to end the over. 43 for 4 at the end of 7 overs. Abdullah 3 overs, 16 runs and 1 wicket. Mohit batting 8 of 7 with 1 boundary, and Amila Kari, who just came in, has scored 1 of 2. Over number 8 to begin. Fayaz Ali, the bowler. Into bowl to Mohit. Drives this one towards the cover boundary. There's another boundary to the total, and score moves on to 47. Right in the slot for the batsman to again play towards the covers area. Have a look at that. Slow. Moving away, all he needed was to get some good bat on it, and the fielder at covers had no chance of cutting that off. Score moves on to 47. Mohit is batting 12 of 8. This time in the air towards the third man boundary. There's nobody there, so back-to-back boundaries. Score moves on to 51. There was a man at short third, but the ball went fine. 50 coming up in 7.2 overs. Have a look at it. Cuts that one in the air. The short third man being quite square. This one races away, so he moves on to 16 of 9 with 3 boundaries. Faiz Ali has given away 8 runs of the first 2 balls he's bowled. This time overcompensates by bowling it onto the pads. Luckily for him, there's a man at square legs, so no run there. More declining the signal to Amila, who wanted to get on strike. This time driving it towards the long off boundary for a single. Score moves on to 52. Amila plays this towards the gully and point region for a boundary. So third boundary of the over. Expensive over so far. Score moves on to 56, giving away 13 runs of the 5 balls. It's been guilty of giving away that width that the batsman is looking for. And even if it hits half a bat, this one's going to race away towards the boundary. Mohit batting 17 of 11, and now Amila is batting 5 of 3. Onto the pads, plays it towards square leg, the complete one. Wanting the second. Throw comes in, couple of fielders missed that one. End of the over, 57 for 4 at the end of 8 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 9 to begin. Right, around the wicket, the fielder at point missing that one. Deep extra cover comes into play, but unable to stop the double. So 2 more runs added. Amila adds 2 to his total. He goes on to 8 of 5. Amit Udasi, the bowler, giving away 2 runs coming from round the wicket. Right, leg spin again, cuts this one straight to the man at point who DJ misses that one and lets that single go through. And the score moves on to 60 with that single. Brings Mohit on to strike. Again, short, cuts this one towards the extra cover boundary, a single, so another single added to the total. Score moves on to 61. Now coming from over the wicket, much better thought here as he plays this one towards the third man boundary for 4 more. This one was quicker. All Amila needed was to get some bat onto it, and the ball races away towards the boundary for 4 more. Amila moves to 13 of 7. Have a look at it. Quicker delivery, width on offer. He just had to get some bat which eluded the keeper, and the ball quickly races past the stop towards the boundary. Starting to reconstruct the innings. 65 for 4. This time slower, tosses this one, but with a wide, so 1 more run to the total. 4 balls that are bowled. He's given away 9 runs. Back to the bowler, tossing this one up. So a dot ball. Much better effort. Keeping in line with this one. Much better. Wanting to sweep this one, but the length was not there. A good comeback. 2 good balls to end the over. 9 overs completed. 65 for the loss of 4 wickets. Over number 10 to begin. Qasim, the captain, comes to the center. Bowling on middle end leg. Mohit plays it softly towards the man at long on for a single. Yogi is the fielder there. Single to the total. Score moves on to 67. This time cuts this one, and the man at covers doing the fielding, but a single completed by then. Score moves on to 68. Down the leg side, called a wide. Score moves on to 69. Drives us towards the man at extra cover boundary for a single. And 70 coming up. 70 for 4. We're in the 10th over. Another wide, so 1 more run added. Score moves on to 71. Another wide, trying to slow the pace, invite the batsman, but he's bowling it wide. (71) 72 rather, and another one cuts this one towards gully. There's a fielder there, fields the ball and doesn't let the ball go through, so score remains on 72. .4 overs completed. Another slower delivery. Plays this towards the man. It covers protection out there. A dot ball. Last ball of the 10th over. We go into the drinks break after this. Again off the back foot towards the extra cover boundary. There's a fielder there. It's been kept busy through the day. So end of 10 overs, 73 for the loss of 4 wickets. Mohit batting 20 of 14 with 3 boundaries, and Amila batting 15 of 13. Amit giving away 9 runs in the 9th over of the innings, and Qasim giving away 7 runs. And we take a short break for drinks. जनरेटर चेंज लाइट्स ऑन करने के लिए मेरी आवाज आ रही है ये ओवर की बात ना 2-3 मिनट Over number 11, Fayaz Ali bowling to Amila. Drives this towards covers, a single completed. Score moves on to 74. Brings Mohit on to strike. .74 for 4. Mohit drives this one towards covers. This time the fielder the ball reaching quicker to him, so it doesn't allow the batsman the time to take that single. So score moves on to 74. This time over the bowler's head and nearly takes the umpire's head with himself, but the ball just races away towards a boundary. So 78 for 4. We have a look at the score. Full length, drives this, the umpire avoids that, and the ball just races across the turf towards the boundary. 78 for 4. This time width on offer towards the extra cover boundary. There's a fielder there. Score moves on to 79. Edge that goes past the keeper. He was right up to the stumps, so missed that one. So umpire calling it a bye. It wasn't an edge. .80 for 4. Brings Mohit on strike. Off the back foot, plays it with soft hands, easily completing the single. 81 for 4 at the end of 11 overs. Twelfth over to begin. 81 for 4. Qasim the bowler, bowling to Mohit, who's batting 26 of 18, and Amila batting 16 of 15. Qasim has bowled 1 over so far. He's given away 7 runs. Fayaz Ali has given away 21 runs of the 2 overs that he's bowled. down leg side. The keeper misses this one, and some more runs to the total. Fielder fields it just inside the boundary, so the wide plus 2 runs. Score moves on to 84. In the slot, place it over the man at long on for the first maximum. This is the end he favors more, with the ball traveling, and the moment it was tossed up, have a look at it, just maneuvers that one over the long on boundary for 6 runs. The first maximum, and the score moves on to 60. He moves on to 32 of 19 with 4 boundaries and a maximum. This time sweeps this one to backward square leg. The ball moving away towards the boundary. The man at square leg doesn't have a chance, so 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 94. Have a look at it. Onto the leg, sweeps it, and the ball just racing away towards the fence for 4 more. Score moves on to 94. This time shortens the length, and outside the off stump, the batsman take a single. Score moves on to 95. Wanting to cut this one not to be dot ball. .4 overs completed. Short ball, plays it towards the square leg region. There's a fielder there and a single. Score moves on to 96. Last ball of the over coming up. Plays it with soft hands, and they complete a single. 97 for 4. Indecision for that single, but in the end completed quite easily. 97 for 4 at the end of 12 overs. Over number 13, Hilal starts off with width on offer, plays it towards the man at point. Lucky to get away with that. Qasim, the fielder, searches himself and plays it square of the wicket, but no run there. Score remains on 97. .97 for 4. This time the ball keeping low towards the man at point, and again another indecision, but by the time the fielder could send the ball back, both the batsmen had already made the decision of going back to their respective ends without a run being scored. Score remains on 97. Drives this down the ground, hitting the boot of the batsman, and wicket number 5. Not the best way to get a wicket, but they will be happy to see the end of Amila. Mohit drives this down the ground. Hilal tries to stop it with his boot, and the ball hitting the stumps, and Amila is run out for 17 of 17 balls with 2 boundaries to his credit. नहीं ये नहीं है अंजार था वो 41 and 97. Partnership of 56 runs comes to an end. $97 for 5, and Asad Ali Awan is in at number 7. Shot, plays it towards mid wicket, and over the fence he goes for a boundary. Have a look at that. Trying to surprise the batsman with the short one. Sits up, not totally in control, but properly bisecting both the fielders that were stationed there for that. And the 100 coming up, 101 for 5 at the end of 12.4 overs. Strikes this towards extra cover boundary for a single. 102 for 5. Asad Ali on strike, completing that single, and this time the misfield. Mohit easily coming back for the second. Asad wanting the third, but Mohit had gone a bit too back, so just 2 runs. 104 for 5 at the end of 13 overs. Mohit batting 43 of 27, and Asad facing the 1 ball has scored 2 runs. For a second spell, Mohit places down the ground, waits for the ball to cross the fielder, rather bowler, and he takes a single. Score moves on to 104. Brings Asad down to strike, who's batting 2 of 1. Yogesh making sure he's got the fielders at the right place. Right arm over. Asad's drive is back towards the bowler. Yogesh feels of his own bowling. Drives this one off the back foot towards the cover region. There's a fielder there. Plays this towards square leg. The ball races away towards the boundary. Slightly short, and he's going to make the maximum out of it. Mohit moves on to 48 with that score. Shot into the waist, and proper height for him to send this packing towards the square leg boundary. Score moves on to 110. Four balls completed in this over. 2 more balls left. This time digging it into the pitch, and the ball going back towards the bowler. Sends this towards the square leg boundary. They come back for 2, so 2 more runs added. Chance of an overthrow, but not to be. The wickets have been broken, but batsmen decide against it. So 2 more, 112 for 5 at the end of 14 overs. And the 50 up for Mohit. It's 50 coming off 31 balls, 7 boundaries, 1-6. A different type of innings today. The last time he had the license to go after the bowling, but now when he came in, he saw a few of his partners come and go, so he had to hold on to that until he decided to take a few things in the hands and crosses 50. It'll be a matter of time before he can start teeing off and trying to see that his team get a respectable total that they can defend.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
DJ to start, he's bowling to Asad. Plays it towards backward of square leg for 4 more. No fielder there. Score moves on to 116. Wide run, score moves to 117. One more boundary. The score now galloping along to 121. Yogesh, the fielder, who misses the ball, and the ball races away towards the boundary. Short pulls this one towards mid wicket. The fielder unable to cut it off. Dot ball. Asad plays it down the ground. There's a man at long on for that. By the time he fields up one, both the batsmen cross over easily for the second run. Four more runs to the total. This time the score moves on. क्या ओवर खत्म नहीं हुआ था क्या? 127. He's gone for 31 of the 3.5 that he's bowled. He's given away 3 boundaries, a double and a wide. So 15 runs already coming off this over with a ball to go. Drives his Baspak, the bowler, for a single. And 128 for 5 at the end of 15 overs. Abdullah's 4 overs costing 32 runs, and he's got 1 wicket. Asad starts off playing the first one towards the square leg boundary. The fielder giving the chase. The man at square leg comes around and keeps it down to 2. Asad now batting 20 of 10. He's taken the onus of scoring a few runs before Mohit can wicket number 6. Abdullah, the man who was out caught in the square leg fence. Off the bowling of Hilal. It's a good little hand of 20 runs of 11 balls with 3 boundaries. Comes to an end. .33 runs partnership, 20 of that coming off the blade of Asad. Jishal, the new man, 13 matches, 130 runs, strike rate of 139. Hilal bowls to Jishal, plays it back towards the bowler, no run there. Asad Ali was caught by Fardeen off the bowling of Hilal for 20 balls, scoring a quick fire 20. Just trying to give some impetus to the innings, sacrificing his wicket for the cause of the team. As Jishal places down the ground towards the man at long on. There's a fielder there for that. Single to the total. Score moves on to 131. 131 for 6. 15.4 brings Mohit on to strike. And Orient need to assess how many more do they need if they want to make sure they keep this target out of the reach of Oriental Insurance. Hilal making sure he wants to be sure of the fielders that are there. Where are they stand? Short ball, pull this one. One bounce towards the man at square leg. Yogesh, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. A good ploy by the bowlers. You can see them using their shoulders, trying to outthink the batsman, but Mohit equally up to the task. He plays it in the vacant spot and gets a single, gets off strike. Score moves on to 132. Another bouncer. Jishal plays on top of the bounce, goes to the man at square leg who misses this one. Fardeen, and 4 runs added. What should have been a single culminates into 4, so ends the over with a boundary. 136 for 6. Hilal finishes his 4 overs for 30 runs, 2 wickets. Have a look at this. Slaps this one, few bounces. The fielder there charging onto the ball, but misses it by half a second, and that is enough for the ball to race away towards the boundary. 136 for 6 at the end of 16. Faiz Ali to continue. Bowling to Mohit. This time in the slot. Over the man at cow corner for a maximum. Score moves on to 142. First ball of the over in the slot, and have a look at that. Just this extension of the arms, and with the winds taking it over the man at cow corner for a maximum. 57 of 33, second maximum for him. Now this time over the bowler's head, and another boundary to the total. Score moves on to 146. He moves on to 61. In the slot, goes inside out, and the man at long off could not stop that one. The change in the decision, that's a maximum, so 2 maximums in the first 2 balls of the over, takes the score on to 148. This time slightly slower, but the results is a boundary this time. Fayaz screaming that for somebody to catch it, but it was in the gap. No chance for any fielder. Have a look at it. He fetches it from outside the off stump, but the man at cow corner was a bit too square, so 4 more, and the 150 up in 16.3 overs. He moves on to 67 of 35. Now trying to go full throttle. We are in the last 4 overs. 3 balls already completed. He scored 16 runs of that. Drives this one towards long off. There's a fielder there. A single to the total. Gets him off strike. Brings Jishal onto strike, and the score moves on to 153. $153 for 616.4 overs completed. 2 maximums, boundary and a single of this over so far. Main thing is that Mohit is off strike, trying to go down towards square leg for a single. Misses that one. The ball, a dot ball. And now need to see what Jishal does and what does Fayaz think. How does he make sure that he gives away a single and make sure Mohit is off strike of the next ball? And does Jishal go full throttle? He has the license with this ball and he plays this towards long off. They complete a single, so that's good comeback. Gives away 2 runs of the last 3 balls, but nonetheless expensive over comes to close. 39 of the 3 overs that he's bowled so far. Fayaz, Jishal batting 6 of 5 and Mohit batting 68 of 36. Shailesh Parwani comes into bowl number 18 and wicket right away. First ball, the batsman yorks himself. Jishal Kamal out for 6 of 6 with 1 boundary. And a score of 154. They've lost their 7th wicket. Have a look at it. Right under the bat, and Jishal is disappointed. Mohit just practicing the shot. Probably had he played it straight would have been more better. But that's not to be. So number 7th wicket is down. Brings the captain Khurram, the wicketkeeper, at number 9 to the center. Jishal out 6 of 6, bowled by Shailesh. New man to the center. उसको बोलो दिखा उसको. Khurram, the stand-in skipper for today. 15 matches, 94 runs, strike rate of 177. Has a job on hand. He has to partner Mohit, make sure that he gives them most of the strike And if he can strike a couple of them himself, would really propel the score to 180 plus, as this one drives this firmly towards the man at wide long on for a single. More importantly, first gets off the strike and brings Mohit onto strike. Score moves on to 155 for 7. We're in the 18th over of the innings. Mohit plays this in the air over the man at long on for a maximum. He's making use of the conditions that are in his favor. Have a look at it. Slightly pitched up and full face of the bat and getting the height and the distance, and the score moves on to 161. So 160 breached. They'll be looking at 180 and above. He's on 74 of 37, 8 boundaries, 4 maximums. Probably Yogesh must be telling him to keep the ball away from his hitting zone. This time plays it towards the deep mid-wicket boundary and the ball races towards the fence. So 4 more. Score moves on to 165. And he moves on to 78 of 38 with 9 boundaries and 4 maximums. 165 for 7. 17.4 overs completed. 2 more balls left in the over. Deciding to come from round the wicket. Wide down leg side. Good take by the keeper. Score moves on to 166. For 7. Full toss. This time over the mid-wicket fence for another maximum. So score moves on to 172 and he moves on to 84 with the 5th maximum. Precisely what he had done in the last game as well. Went full in the last, as this time over the bowler's head. 1 bounce. A good piece of fielding, saving a certain boundary, gives away a single, saving 3 runs for his side. Have a look at that. The batsman hoping that this was just a boundary, and look at the fielding there, making sure he stops the ball and then goes over the fence and stops a certain boundary. The man at long on, making sure that he keeps it down to a single. The umpire is having a check upstairs. Check करना? नहीं check कर रहा. हाँ कर. 19 runs coming off the 18th over. Yogesh now has the task of trying to keep Mohit down. Is 85 or 40 now, and this time short, not short enough to play that big shot. Gets a single, wanting to come back for second, but denied the second run. So he moves on to 86, gets off strike, brings Khurram Shehzad on to strike. Score moves on to 174 with that stroke. The umpire doesn't call it a wide, so it will be a dot ball, and more importantly, keeps the Mohit away from strike. That should be their goal right now. If they can't get him out, the best you can do is keep him away from strike. Try to keep it as low as possible. Kuram missed that ball, so another dot ball. Trying to go for the big one and losing his shape. Has to make sure he gets bat on ball there. Sneaks in a single and then lets Mohit do the rest. Another slow one, misses that one. So a single to start off and then 3 dot balls. Projected score of 9.3 will get them to 186. That's just, this time gets enough time to play towards the mid-wicket fence. They complete the single, will not go for the second, very easily ambling across for that run. So score moves on to 175, brings Mohit on to strike. Interesting to see what does he think now. Does he go full and play the big shot, or play a single and take strike in the last over? Goes down towards mid-wicket. There's a fielder there. A single to end the over. A very good over comes to end for Oriental Insurance. Just 3 runs coming off it. Score moves on to 176 with the last over coming up. Mohit batting 87 of 42 and Khurram Shehzad batting 2 of 5.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Yogesh finishing his quota of 4 overs, giving away 23 runs and taking 2 wickets. Shailesh Parwani comes in. He was expensive in the last over, went for 19 runs. He started off by getting a wicket, but then ran into Mohit, who this time carts him away over the mid-off region for another 4. He moves on to 91 with his 10th boundary. Have a look at that. In the slot, chance to free his arm with the mid-off in the circle. It was just a matter of getting it over the 30-yard circle, and the score moves on to 180 with that. And he moves on to 91. This time slow one in the air. Falls short of the man at deep mid-wicket, and 2 runs completed. A good ball, slightly away, shortens that length and away from the batsman. Mohit trying to go over mid-wicket, had to fetch that one, so gets 2 runs for that nonetheless. He moves on to 93. Last 4 balls of the innings coming up, as he this time again full and straight over the long on boundary for another maximum. He moves on to 99. That's not the length you bowl to a batsman who's in full flow, and he just picks his spot and moves on to 99. Score moves on to 188. drives this down the ground. Another century for him. Will come back for second. Will complete 2 runs easily. So a century, back-to-back centuries for Mohit Kalyan. 101 of 46 balls, betters it from the last time. He had scored 102 of 52, but this time completes it in 56 balls. And he has another couple of more balls. 101 of 46, 10 boundaries, 6 sixes, and he's still not finished. This time much better under the bat. They get a single for that. Will surely come back for the second. The bat fielder has to be quick and make sure that they get him run out. Khurram Shehzad sacrificing his wicket for his partner. 191 for 8 now with the run out of Khurram, and the last ball of the innings coming up. Khurram Shehzad run out by Abdullah and Sailesh. Next an innings so far. Last ball misses that one, and the ball going towards the fine leg fence. The fielder does the fielding there. 2 runs completed. So end of the innings, they finished the score at 193 for 8. Vimukti, the man who came in and just had to run those 2 runs for his partner, Mohit Kalyan, finishing his innings at 100 2 रन लिए उसने, एक ही डाला है. Okay, 1 run short in that. So 103 of 48, not out for Mohit Kalyan. We'll have a look at the full scorecard. Keshav Sharma bowled Hilal for 9 of 10. Mohammad Sufyan out 15 of 10 with 3 boundaries. Mohit Kalyan not out 103 of 48 with 10 boundaries, 6 maximum. Puneet Shetty 4 overs, 7 runs without any boundary. Ansar out for 2 of 6. He was caught by Fardeen off the bowling of Abdullah. Amila was run out 17 of 17 of the bowling of Hilal. Asad Ali Awan caught by Fardeen off the bowling of Hilal. 20 runs, 11 balls, 3 boundaries. Jishal bowled by Shailesh 6 of 6 with 1 boundary. Khurram Shehzad 2 for 5 run out by DJ and Shailesh. And Vimukti not out, none, 14 extras, 1 byes and 13 wides. Have a look at the bowling card. Hilal Khan 4 overs, 30 runs, 2 wickets. Abdullah 4 overs, 32 runs, 1 wicket. Yogesh Kumar, the standout bowler, 4 overs, 23 runs, 2 wickets. Fayaz Ali, a forgetful night, 3 overs, 39 runs, no wicket. Amit, 1 over, no maiden, 9 runs, no wicket. Qasim, the captain, 2 overs, 23 runs, no wicket. And Shailesh Parwani had an even worse night than he could have imagined. 2 overs, 35 runs and 1 wicket. So 192 is what they scored. 193 is what Oriental Insurance need in their total of 20 overs. We'll have the chase coming up in the next few minutes.
to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. The chase underway. The last game of the day of the Super 8 of the Insurance Cricket Premier League between Oriental and Orient. First ball onto the pads, plays it towards mid-wicket. There's a fielder stationed there for a single. Sulaiman Saeed, the wicketkeeper batsman, gets off the strike mark with that single. Hilal Khan, his partner, will now take strike. And Amila Pereira was the one who started the bowling. He is now bowling to Hilal. Towards mid-on, they complete a single. Khurram Shahzad, the captain wicketkeeper, is donned the gloves. Looks like a fresh pair of gloves that he's using. Going white and shining. So 193 is what they needed. They at the rate of 9.66 at it, as this one plays off the back foot towards covers. By the time the fielder gets there, a single to the total score moves on to 3. Sulaiman Saeed batting on 2 of 2. Hilal now on strike again, who's batting 1 of 1. This time shot outside the off stump. There's a man at deep cover there. Single completed, and they come back easily for the second. By the time the fielder fields, five for the loss of no wicket. This time an edge and dropped. This ball was dying onto the keeper, but by the time he could get down, the ball had just kissed his gloves and fallen off. No dew as of now, so that's good sign for Orient. Oriental will be hoping that their dew sets in, gets the ball a bit wet, and then the ball comes onto the bat easily. This time slightly short, trying to go over point with that. So 1 over completed. 5 for the loss of no wicket. Pancho ball ka ready rakh. Over number 2 to begin. Keshav Sharma, the left arm tweaker, and this time plays it over the man at mid off. One bounce over the fence she goes. So the first boundary of the innings comes off the bat of Suleiman Saeed. Tossed up delivery and easily dispatched this one. Have a look at this. Tossed up delivery. All he needed was quite a bit of bat on that, and with the fielder in the circle, that was easy pickings. Score moves on to 9. This time slightly quicker onto the pads, not giving him much room to play with. Scores a single. Score moves on to 10. This time trying to repeat the shot what his partner did, but skews it up in the air. 3 men converging, and in the end the catch is dropped. That was a catch which probably the man at short cover should have taken, but the bowler went after that, and in the end the ball pops out, and in the bargain the fielder and the bowler collide with each other. Hope both of them are okay. One run coming off that ball. Plays it with soft hands, plays it towards short covers, and they take off for the singles, completed easily. Score moves on to 12. 1.4 overs completed. Keshav is 12 matches, 12 wickets, economy of 7.35. Plays it off the inner half of the bat towards short square leg. There's no run there. Score remains on 12. Hilal Khan, 11 matches, 192, strike rate of 153. That's an healthy rate, but they will need some runs from his bat today, as another dot ball concludes 7 runs of that over. A good comeback after being hit for a boundary of the first ball. 3 runs coming in the next 5 balls. 12 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 2. Amila to continue. Suleiman Saeed. This time onto the pads, plays it towards the mid-wicket boundary. The fielder was quite in, so easy. 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 16. The top order has to fire for Oriental Insurance if they want to win this game. They need to make sure they're consistently peppering the boundaries. This time cuts this one. Amila fields this off his own bowling, denies the single. Interesting to see what sort of approach they have. Do they want to go after the bowling right from the word go, make sure they keep that run rate in check? Probably sacrifice another couple of wickets. This time plays it towards the right of mid-wicket. The fielder there fields of his own fields of the boundary for a single. Score moves on to 17. Suleiman looking much composed as compared to his partner. He's moving around the crease well, playing with soft hands when required, playing on top of the bounce, and then when the ball is, this time Hilal plays it across the line towards the man at mid wicket. They come back for 2. So 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 19. Amila slightly slow, squaring him up, and the batsman not able to read that one, lets the ball goes into the keeper's gloves. Last ball of the over coming up, 19 for the loss of no wicket. And an easy cotton bolt. So the first wicket falls at the score of 19, completion of the third over. Cramping up Hilal for that shot, and he plays it back, a soft dismissal straight back to the bowler. So cotton bolt for Amila to end the over. Hilal is out for 6 of 10 balls. Have a look, 6 of 10 balls, cotton ball Amila Pereira, no boundaries or sixes to his credit. He goes in for an early shower. DJ Abdullah, the new batsman. Non-striker की तरफ दिखा ना. DJ Abdullah, 7 matches, 280 runs, strike rate of 167. They boast of some good records, but they need to make sure they fire it when they need it big. Keshav to continue to Suleiman. Plays it over the man at 45, and the ball racing away towards the boundary. So 4 more runs to the total. Score moves on to 23. So Keshav going for boundary of the first ball, like he did the previous over, missing his line, and with the man at 45 inside the circle, that was always going to make it towards the fence. 23 for 1. This time much better balls. Shortens the length, but the batsman crossover for a single, and the score moves on to 24. Slight bit of hesitation, but in the end still easily making that one. DJ on to strike for the first time, facing the left-hand spinner. edges that one and runs away towards the third man boundary. The man at short third can't cut that off. A moral victory for the bowler, but 4 runs added to the batsman's tally. Score moves on to 28 with that boundary. And Abdullah off the mark. Have a look. Just plays it with hard hands, a thick outside edge, and the ball races away towards the boundary. 4 more runs to the total. The score moves on to 28. This time off the back foot towards the man at short covers. Well fielded there. A bit of indecision for that single. So a dot ball. 9 runs coming off this over so far with a couple of balls more. We're in the 4th over of the innings. A power play of 6 overs with 2 fielders only allowed outside the 30-yard. This time fires it down the leg side. Quick glove work by Khurram, but a wide. So score moves on to 29. Keshav looking a bit unsettled at the moment. He's trying to bowl quick. He's bowled one down the leg side. Needs to trust himself. You're bowling in the power play. You must have the heart of tossing it up and making sure you invite the batsman to go over the top. It gets a single. Score moves on to 30 with 1 more ball to go in the 4th over. Last ball of the over. Onto the back foot. Cuts this one. Bad bounce. The ball races away towards the point boundary. 4 more runs. So end of the over. An expensive over comes to an end. 34 runs for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 4. Have a look at that. Slightly short. Cuts that one. The ball bouncing and eluding the fielder at Gully. $15 runs coming off that over. Over number 5, Amila to start. Down leg side will be called a wide. Score moves on to 35. Again, down the leg side, the man at short fine will cut that off, keeps it down to a single. Lucky for him, it was a bad ball, but gets away with only giving away a single. Score moves on to 36. Brings Suleiman on strike, who's batting on 22 of 11 with 4 boundaries. Shot outside the off stump, plays this towards covers for a single. Score moves on to 37. Good bit of captaincy by Khurram, knowing that he's strong off the square of the wicket on either side. So he has a man at deep cover and a man at deep mid wicket, keeping his men in front of the wicket and back of the wicket. Full ball right under the batsman's nose. A dot ball. Score remains on 37. $37 for 1 as he tucks this one up. Batsman not getting any sort of width. Amila has played 14 matches, 10 wickets for him, 8.68. So that's quite an impressive record considering the amount of matches that he's bowled. And when you bowl up front in the power play, you need to give that good start that your captain is looking for to set the tone for the rest of the innings. 37 for 1, 4.3. This time onto the pads, plays it towards mid-wicket. By the time the fielder comes around, they get another couple of more runs. 2 more runs. Score moves on to 39. 1 more ball left in the over. Five runs of the first 5 balls of the over. So last ball of the over coming. A good over so far. This is the 5th over. Another over to follow in the power play. And then the field restrictions will be relaxed. Again, under the bat, wanting a single sent back. So the score remains on 39. 5 overs completed. And Amila Pereira has given away 17 runs in the 3 overs he's bowled with a wicket to his column. Change in the bowling. Imran Iftikhar comes into the attack. Off the back foot, plays it towards gully. There's no run there. Needing another 154 runs of the remaining 90 balls. The required run rate has now crept up to 10.27 at the start of the over. Full toss, plays it towards short cover, no run there. If the car is slowing the ball, he's not giving it much revs as batsmen complete a single, brings DJ Abdul on strike. 1 run of the first 3 balls of the over. Tight little over so far. What he's doing well is he's bowling well within the line of the stumps, slowing it up, keeping it slightly away. So the batsman will have to do all the hard work as he does here. And 1 bounce into the fence he goes. This time a little bit more fuller than he would have liked, and DJ makes full use of it. Have a look at it. It just goes over the top. The fielder at long on was quite wide, couldn't get across, and a boundary. Score moves on to 44. DJ moves into double figures. He moves on to 11. Five runs coming off the over so far. Another tossed up delivery this time. Can't get under it and sends it towards the man at long on for a single. Score moves on to 45. Last ball of the power play. See what happens here as plays it over the man at 45 again, and the ball goes towards the long leg boundary. So a boundary to end the over. A good one for Oriental Insurance. 9 runs coming off it. 49 for the loss. 10 runs coming off it. So 49 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 6. The man out, Hilal Khan, caught and bowled by Amila for 6 of 10. And since then, Suleiman Saeed is batting with 28 of 16 of 5 with 5 boundaries. And DJ Abdullah is 12 of 10 with 2 boundaries, 3 extras in the inning so far. three bowlers used. Amila 3 overs 17 runs, 1 wicket. Keshav 2 overs 21 runs, no wicket. And Imran Iftikhar, the first over that he bowled, given away 10 runs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Just a right arm over, comes into ball, brings the ball back into the batsman. A quick single completed. Wanting an overthrow, but the batsman had run a bit too far from the stump, so he couldn't come back. A risky single, but brings the 50 up in 6.1 overs. This time short, plays it towards the mid-wicket fence. The fielder gets around, good piece of fielding, keeps it down to a single. Couldn't get well under the ball. Hence the ball couldn't find the pace, and the man at mid-wicket ran to his left and kept it down to a single. Such fielding always helps the bowler's confidence. At this time, Abdullah plays it one bounce towards the man at long off for a single. Just till this time inviting the batsman to go over the top. He bowled it a bit slow. And Khurram's captain is up to the stump, so he will want to make sure that the batsman doesn't wander outside the wickets. Another single. Suleiman is trying to get under the ball and send it over the mid-wicket fence. So far he's not found that. Four runs of the over so far, 4 singles. Needs to be seen when do they decide to go behind the bowling. Straight to the man at long on, and he misses that one, and the ball trickles over to the fence. And the fielder, feeling the pain, he didn't anticipate the ball well. Have a look at it. Comes right towards him, and not the way you normally see an Asian fielder trying to take that catch with his hands up. Ends up giving a reprieve to Abdullah and 4 runs in the bargain. So 8 runs of the 5 balls that have been bowled so far. This time wanting to drive this one, ends up getting beaten. End of the over. 57 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. DL par score at the moment is 57, so they are on par with the DL, but as of the run rate, they are quite behind. The required run rate has now reached 10.46, needing 136 in the remaining 13 overs. Iftikhar to continue. Bowling to Suleiman, who is batting 30. This time drives through covers, and the man at extra cover is unable to cut that off. So 4 more runs. He moves on to 34 of the 19 balls he's faced. Fuller length, driving length as we call it, inside out. The man at short cover, not a very good effort. Stationed there especially to cut that shot, but unable to do so. And enough time for the ball to race away towards the boundary. Score moves on to 61. Slightly shorter in length this time. And a single. Score moves on to 62. Brings Abdullah on strike, who's on 18 of 14 with 3 boundaries. This time over the bowler's head, the ball racing away towards long on. The fielder there, alert enough, keeps it down to a single. Keeper there doing the cleanup, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 62. They need a couple of big overs to make sure that the run rate doesn't go out. This time plays it with the no-look shot, trying to be a bit cute out there. Straight to the man at short, fine, no run there. So a dot ball. 6 runs of the first 4 balls of the over. 2 more balls to go. This is the 8th over of the innings. Down the ground and bowled well by Iftikhar. Seasoned campaigner, knows the situation, reads the situation well, and all he is doing is using his height, making sure he doesn't give it in the arc where the batsman can get under him. He's done well so far. 64 with 1 more ball to go. This time slightly short and quick. Batsman beaten out there. So end of the over. 64 for 1 at the end of 8 overs, needing another 129 of 12 overs, and this required run rate has started jumping to 2.75. Jishal to Suleiman, gets a single of the first ball. Score moves on to 65 rather, sorry. 65 for 1. DL pass score at the moment is 66. This time towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder stationed there, doing well, keeps it down to a single. The man at mid-wicket is being kept busy, so is the man at long on. And Jishal doing well. Type of bowler who's not express, but he's accurate, making sure that the batsmen are not able to get under him. This time Suleiman gets under that one. The man at long on is unable to cut that off. So 4 more runs. Commentators curse I get. He was doing well. This time just the right length that the batsman was looking for. And the man at long on unable to cut that off. 4 more to the total. Score moves on to 70. Too close to the bat. And lucky for the batsman, it didn't go on to hit the stumps. So Suleiman survives. He's on 41 of 24, 25 rather. 7 hits to the fence, no maximums yet. This is could be a bit of a difference in the final answer. At this time, as we speak, sends this one over the long on boundary for a maximum. Suleiman just heard what I said, and just to let us know that they can go the maximum distance, and he does this time. He moves on to 47, and the score moves on to 76 with one more ball to go in this over. "12 runs coming of that over, no more after that. 12 runs of this over, 76 for 1 at the end of 9 overs, needing another 117 more of the remaining 11 overs. If the car to continue, the last over before the drinks break. Abdullah goes in the air and over the man at long on for a maximum. So back-to-back sixes in the last few balls. And this chase is far from over. 82 for 1. And Abdullah strikes this hard. He's has a strike rate of 150 plus, making sure he makes that count. Is now races to 26 of 18 as if the car comes into bowl. Again goes over the bowler's head and another maximum. This time over the side screen for another maximum. Score moves on to 88. Width on offer, and all he does is extends his arm and those broad shoulders being made use of to the maximum. Khurram has a task on hand now to make sure he tries to curb this instinct. Welcome back. First 2 balls, 2 sixes now coming round the wicket. This time wanting to go back with another maximum, gets it to the 2 end of the bat and a single. Moves on to 89. Cuts this one to a short third, a single. Moves on to 90. Slow one, gets to the pitch of the ball, plays it towards mid wicket. Sufyan, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. If the car is giving plenty of air, but making sure it is difficult for the batsman to get under that. So one more single. So good comeback, 3 singles after being hit for 2 sixes, 15 runs of the over so far, with the last ball coming up onto the pads, plays it towards fine leg for a single. 1 more run to the total. End of the over, 92 for 1 at the end of 10, needing another 101 runs of the remaining 10 overs. Vimukti comes into the attack, replacing Jishul, who went for 20 in the 2 overs. Imran Iftikhar has gone for 33 in his 3 overs. Suleiman Said batting on 49 of 29, 7 boundaries, 1-6, and DJ Abdullah, who's suddenly starting to find his groove, is batting on 34 of 21, 3 boundaries and 2 sixes to his credit. Vimukti making sure he has his fielders at the right place. Left arm round. This time plays it towards the man at extra cover, and a single brings up his 50 of 30 balls, 7 boundaries, 1-6. And he knows that the job's half done. DJ batting 34 of 21. Vimukti Kulatunga from Sri Lanka. This time slightly slower in the air, plays it softly towards the mid-wicket boundary, and the batsmen come back for 2. That's good running. They knew that the moment they played it soft, both had decided that they were going to come back for 2, and succeeding easily. So 2 more runs to the total. This time edges this one towards point, and an easy catch sees the end of DJ Abdullah, who's out for 36 of 22. Trying to go on the back foot and play this over covers, but not the length that he was looking for. Slicing this one, and an easy catch for the man at point. Caught by Amzar off the bowling of Vimukti. 36 of 23. And the second wicket to fall for Oriental Insurance. Walks back with the job half done. We're hoping now that the rest of the batsmen give Suleiman Said the support that he's looking for. Ajit Kumar, 8 matches, 46 runs, comes in at number 4. Early days for him, as Vimukti going down leg side, probably a bit of an indecision, but they complete the single, called a leg by. This one's going down leg side. Ajit playing on the back foot, caught on the crease, but luckily for him, not going down leg side, so he survives. None of the one ball is faced. Suleiman plays this with soft hands towards covers. No run there. This time plays it with soft hands and they complete a single. So good over for Orient Insurance. They got the wicket and 5 runs coming off it. 96 remaining runs of the remaining 9 overs at the rate of 10.67.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
So Amil Akari comes in to bowl, right arm over, and Suleiman plays this over the man at square leg for a 6, a loosener to start, and 100 coming up. Sorry, that's a boundary. 4 runs to the total. Nonetheless, the century comes up for the team. Have a look at it. On one knee, 1 bounce into the fence she goes. A few more meters and that would have been a maximum. Amila, 9 matches, 7 wickets and an economy of 10. That's slightly on the higher side. Even though that this time in the air, a few bounces towards the man at long off for a single. Suleiman moves on to 56 of 34 with 8 boundaries. Brings Ajit Kumar Vandil Puthiyavetal on strike. AKVP, what we can call him as, goes on the back foot, plays it towards deep mid wicket. The complete one, wanting the second, but Amila Pereira quite quick across the turf, keeps it down to a single. Amil 6 runs of the first 3 balls. This game is heavily in the balance. It's a matter of who gets, at this time, shaping this away from the batsman. All he can do is play it down towards long off for a single. So 1 more run to the total. The score moves on to 102. Sorry, 104 with that single. Ajit plays it through covers. The complete one. Work for the band. Chance of a run out and an overthrows. It's all happening out there. They finally get 2 runs that they were looking for. Good piece of fielding by the fielder at long off. Throw comes in quick. The bowler is unable to catch that one. And there's no protection or backup for the man. And a couple to the total. Score moves on to 106. Plays it back towards the bowler. A dot to finish the over. 9 runs coming off it. A good over for Orient Insurance. Required run rate is about 10. So anything below 10 is a welcome sign for Orient Insurance. Oriental on the same coin will want to get anything about 10 runs per over to try to reach the target, needing another 87 more in the remaining 8 overs. Start of over number 13. Vimukti bowls a full toss. Suleiman plays it towards deep mid wicket. They complete one. They come back for 2 easily. 2 more runs to the total. More importantly, Suleiman is on strike. They need him to take most of the strike and get those runs. Bowler misfields, gives away the single, gets Suleiman off strike. This goes to 107. Trying to get below the ball again, but not the length that they were looking for. So another dot ball. 3 runs of the first 3 balls of the over. This time trying to go under, but manages to get it down to long on for a single. Keshav, the fielder there. Pressure on Suleiman now. They have just got 4 runs of the over so far. The required run rate now is crept above 11.2 to be precise, as he plays it with soft hands for a single. And 1 more run added. Score moves on to 110. So what this does is the last ball gives the license to Ajit that if he wants to go big, he can. And just misses the off stump, probably by millimeters. End of the over. 82 more of the remaining 7 overs. Amila to continue. Suleiman places down the ground. There's a man stationed there at long off. Just keeps it down to a single. Keeps his body behind the ball. So more importantly, gets Suleiman off strike. Ajit again playing from the crease and gets a single. They wouldn't mind that. Orient Insurance, they're slowly getting a grip on the game, not allowing those runs that the batsmen are looking for. The required run rate now jumps quickly in a space of 5 deliveries. Moved from 11.2 to 11.85. 81 of the remaining 6.5, make that 6.80 of the remaining 6.3, and this one, the DL pass score is 116. So they now started falling behind the DL pass score as well. $113 for 2. This time wedges is out from the bottom of the bat, a single and a needless run out. Ajit turning blindly for a second run without realizing Suleiman was not interested. So a wicket for Orient and further trouble for Oriental Insurance, losing Ajit for a score of 5 of 8. Ball turf पे पड़ती देखना पानी के साथ. Have a look at that. Wedges this one. The ball across the turf. Fielder Keshav picks up, throws it, and the ball into the keeper's gloves. And Suleiman even doesn't want to look back and see his partner making his way back to the pavilion. Run out 5 of 8. Tagged by Keshav and Khurram. $114 for 3 brings Yogesh Kumar to the center. Yogesh can hit the long ball. $79 more of the remaining 38 balls. Yogesh plays it down the ground for a single. Last ball of the over coming up. Onto the pads, plays it towards backward square leg for a boundary. So much needed boundary that Oriental Insurance were looking for. 4 more runs, ends the over at 119 for 3 of 14. 74 required of the remaining 6. As have a look. That was the previous ball where Yogesh got off the mark and then Suleiman got a boundary. Vimukti comes to bowl his third over. So an excellent job so far. And this time drills it back past the bowler. The bowler can't stop that one. The fielder at long off doing well. Keeps it down to a single. Yogesh drills it one back and the fielder unable to stop that one. Brings Suleiman to the center. This ball gets older, it gets difficult to get under that one, and this time they've managed to get another single. So 2 runs of the first 2 balls. Orient Insurance wouldn't mind that one bit. They know that they are tightening the noose on the batsman. Slightly short, goes on the back foot, plays it towards covers, and they managed to get a single. So 3 of 3 balls. Playing from within the crease and a dot ball. He needs to give the charge at some point of time, needs to make sure he comes downtown. This is the end from where the runs have been scored aplenty. So the hard work has been done. You got to reap the rewards now. This time down the ground, plays it over the man at long off. This is what I was saying. You need to take that risk at some point of time. He takes this one and gets rewarded, gets a maximum. You need a 6 or a couple of boundaries every over along with those singles. 65 more. Have a look at that. Comes down, holds his line, and enough power to send this over long off for a maximum. Slightly short, goes onto the back foot, plays it through covers, a single being taken. Sufyan, the fielder there, misfields that one, but allows the single to be completed. 129 for 3 of 15 overs, 64 of the remaining 5. Not an impossible task, difficult but not impossible. As we take a short break. Mohit Kalyan comes to the crease and plays it towards the leg side. There's a fielder there at deep mid wicket. They complete one, come back for the second, 2 runs, and more importantly, Suleiman Saeed still on strike. He comes back with that double. So 2 runs of the first ball takes the score on to 131. This time, high and handsome over the man at long on for a maximum. So Mohit getting a taste of his own medicine. Earlier in the day, he had scored a few that way, and this time Suleiman decides to give one back to him, will want to give more, inflict that. This time again comes down the track and over the man at mid-wicket for another maximum. So back-to-back sixes brings this game back in the balance. Takes Suleiman on to 89 of 49. He needs to be calculative, doesn't need to go every ball. He knows a hit each over or 2 is enough to get them over the line. Needing exactly another 50 more runs of the remaining 27 balls with 7 wickets in hand. 4 maximums to him and 9 boundaries. Again, down the ground, plays it towards the man at long on for a boundary. So 4 more runs and the score moves on to 147. He moves on to 93 of 50. Needing another 46 more of 26 balls. And the required run rate, which had jumped up to nearly 13, has now come down to 10.62 in a matter of few balls. This time again down the ground, and it gets even better with another maximum. The score 150 comes up, 153 for 3, and he moves on to 99 of 51. Needing, have a look at the Oriental Insurance. They found their voices back again. They were looking tensed a few minutes ago, but this man is just at the moment unstoppable. All he needs is to connect, and he gets there to his century with a single 100 of 52 balls with 10 boundaries, 5 maximums. उसको बोल डगआउट दिखाने के लिए, डगआउट दिखाएं साथ में, बैट्समैन दिखाएं और डगआउट भी दिखाएं. $100 of 52 balls. He's still not sure about that, and he acknowledges the dugout. I know that they were desperately looking for 25 runs coming off it, and the chase now well under control, needing under 40 runs in the remaining 4 overs, 9.75 per over. ये भी ऐसे कर रहा है. 39 of 4 overs, He needs to pick his bowlers, doesn't need to go behind everybody. He plays this one towards gully, takes off for a single, brings the score to 155, brings Yogesh on to strike. Now, all Suleiman needs to do here is not play anything silly. If Yogesh needs to take the onus now, he can take it, allowing Suleiman to catch a bit of a breather and stay there to the end and take those risks when required, not required to go every time. As he goes over the bowler's head, the ball racing over to the long of boundary, one completed. Vimukti keeping it to 2 singles of the first 2 balls. Required run rate now 10.09. It's not a difficult task when you come into the back end of the innings with wickets in hand. Shot cuts this one, beats the man at gully, racing away towards the point boundary for 4 more. This time Vimukti dropping his shot. He was waiting for that one, cut that one, and making sure he bisects the fielder. The man at point misfields that one and allows the ball to go across with the dew set in slightly. The ball's racing off the turf. Sufyan trying to give the chase. Lucky for him, he didn't step on the ball and injure himself. So 4 more to the total. Score moves on to 160. He got 6 runs of the first 3 balls. They need 10 and over. So need to think 10 and over. If they get more, that's it. But don't need to be greedy out here, because a wicket here could change things for Oriental Insurance. They don't want a new batter to come here in a tense situation. Suleiman's doing the job and they need him to continue as he whips this down the ground towards long on. There's a fielder there, a single. Keshav the fielder. 1 more to the total. Score moves on to 161. Suleiman moves on to 106 of 55. Yogesh is just there. Scored 4 of 4. More importantly, he's made sure that Suleiman gets most of the strike. A single to end the over. Sorry, 1 more ball to go. Oh, kya hai bhai? Eight runs coming off the first 5 balls and then 1 more single. 9 runs coming off that over. Not a bad one considering you need just about 10. It's a matter of a ball where you can get that extra boundary. 30 runs required of the remaining 3 overs. Don't go anywhere. This game's going down the wire. Welcome back. Over number 18. Keshav back into the attack. 2 overs of course 21 as he goes downtown. The fielder doing well to keep it within the boundary. 2 more runs added to the total. And score moves on to 165. One more run, 166. 2 runs coming of the first 3 balls. Yogesh had come in when the score was 114. Yogesh plays this towards extra covers. The ball going towards the boundary. The fielder fields, but the batsman easily come back for 2. So five runs coming of the first 3 balls. They need 10 and over, so they got 5 of the first 3 balls. This partnership already 54, and Yogesh has just contributed 7. More importantly, he's not wasted any ball. He's given Suleiman most of the strike, who's done the damage. Gets a single and gets the required score down to 24 of 14. They don't have to worry about the required run rate. All they need to worry is no dot balls. At least a single. This time keeps it away off from the batsman. Suleiman trying to hurry down. Had he left that ball, probably could have got a wide. So one more run to the total. Go moves on to 170. 23 required of the remaining 13 balls. Is this the free hit license for Yogesh? He can go for it. He's called a wide. He wanted to go keep it away from the batsman. Is penalized. Will have to re-bowl. So score moves on to 171. Pressure on the batsman. Pressure on the bowler. Goes downtown. Sends it to mid-wicket. They complete one. And end of the over, 172 for 3. Nine runs coming off it. They need 10 and over. He's given away 9. Amila Pereira coming in to bowl the penultimate over, always considered the most crucial over in a run chase when you require around 20 runs, 21 exactly of the remaining 2. Just having a dry mock run up just to see that he's running in accurately and landing himself. Pressure on both of them. Pressure on everybody who's inside the field right now, keeper, bowler, or the batsman, and the umpire as well. As Amila Yogesh plays it towards mid-wicket. There's a fielder there. Vimukti, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. 20 required of the remaining 11 balls. The umpire indicating Amila to move away from the pitch after he's bowled. Khurram just confirming whether he wants to bring the man from covers inside and keep the man at deep mid-wicket, because that's where most of the balls have travelled. Amila to Suleiman. Plays it high in the air. We have to see where does it land. In no man's land. They come back for 2. Suleiman couldn't get completely under that, but lucky for him, it falls in low man's land for the double. Score moves on to 170. And he gets the most important wicket. That is what he's there for. Get those wickets when it matters most. And Suleiman Saeed finally is out dismissed. He's out for 113 of 61 balls, 11 boundaries, 5 sixes. He had to be calculative. Chose the wrong ball to go down and perished in the bargain. Abdurrahman, wicket गिरी है भाई. Wicket गिरी, जल्दी replay दिखा. And pressure now back on Oriental with that wicket, and the smiles back into the faces of the Orient fielders. Have a look at that. He misses that one and his stump is knocked off, and that sees the end of Suleiman Said leaving his team just closer to victory. 18 more required of the remaining 9 balls, and it remains to be seen whether Fayaz Ali or Yogesh have it in them to see their team over the line. Comes good under pressure, giving away 3 runs. 3 of the 3 balls, more importantly, got the wicket, and we called a wide, wanting to slant this away full across the batsman. Will be called a wide. Not a bad ploy, just to keep it away from the batsman's hitting zone. 17 of the remaining 9 balls. Fayaz, top edge, runs towards third man. The fielder there, short third. Make sure he gets his body behind the ball. Gets a single. Gets off the mark. Strike back to Yogesh. 16 of the remaining 8 balls. Khurram indicating to go for the slower one. Quick across the turf. Yogesh thinking that was going to be called a wide, not to be within the tram lines. So a dot ball is worth gold dust as of now. Last ball of the over. They need to get a boundary from somewhere. It has to be 4 or more. Else could have massive pressure on the batsman. As this time he goes towards mid wicket. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. So an over worth gold for Orient, given away just 6 runs, and the wicket, most importantly, the wicket of Suleiman Said, that has broken the hearts of the Oriental Insurance players, but still not to be done. This is anybody's game. Keshav bowling the last over, 15 runs required of it. Yogesh has to just size him up. He needs to make sure Keshav is going to take the ball away from him. So if he needs to go, he can go over covers. If he tries to pull it from outside the off stump, might end up spooning a catch. Yorker ball and squeeze through the third man for a boundary. The man at short third didn't expect that one. So 4 runs of the first ball. And this game's swinging like a pendulum. Have a look at that. Yorker ball digs it out, and a welcome boundary, a timely boundary for Oriental Insurance. 11 more of the remaining 5 balls. Yogesh batting 15 of 12. They need to eke out another boundary in the next 2 balls to keep it as live as possible. This time over, long off, but can't clear the man. So Yogesh perishes, and more importantly, another dot ball brings the pressure onto the man who's going to come in. He slows this one up away from the bat and taking the toe end of the bat straight to the man at long off, who makes no mistake. High fives. Yogesh caught by Mohit off the bowling of Keshav. Out for 15 of 13 balls. Needing another 11 more of the remaining 4 balls. Advantage Oriental Insurance hopes hanging by a thread, but you never know. Shailesh, the new man. Shailesh on strike. Keshav, the bowler, drives this in and off the bat to a short fine. There's a fielder there. 10 of the last 3. 10 spaces around. Fayaz, can he give one back? He's been carded for a few today earlier in the evening, but a return favor will do well for it as he tonks this one over the man at long on, and magnificent effort. Gets 2 more to the total, keeps his contest still alive. Didn't get it off the meat of the bat. The man at mid-wicket ran across Vimukti, nearly got a hand onto it, and keeps it down to 2. 8 runs of the remaining 2 balls. Fayaz trying hard. All he needs is 1 hit over the fence. As plays this over, covers the ball, racing away towards across the turf. They come back for 2. And the equation now reads 6 runs, 1 ball. The men on the fence have to make sure that they don't let the ball go over the fence. Even if it goes for a boundary, it's a victory for them. Fayaz has to make sure it is over the boundary. He drives this one, not enough. The ball racing away towards the cover boundary. 1 more run, and they finished their innings at 187, falling short by an agonizing, 188 for 5, and they fall short agonizingly by 4 runs. An effort that probably will hurt them, but they should take pride in the fact that they have done well and made a contest out of it. We read the scorecard. Suleiman Said 113 of 61. Hilal Khan 6 of 10. He was caught and bowled by Amila. DJ Abdullah 36 of 23 with 3 boundaries and 2 maximums. Ajit Kumar 5 of 8. He was run out. Yogesh Kumar caught Mohit, bowled Keshav 15 of 13 with 1 boundary. Fayaz Ali 6 of 4 with no boundaries, and Shailesh Parwani 1 run of the ball and 6 extras to the total. Comparatively, the extras were 14 that Oriental Insurance gave away, and that could probably have proved the difference. Amila Pereira, he struck those vital blows first in the power play, and then he came back to bowl in the penultimate over and got the wicket of Suleiman Said. 4 overs, 23 runs, 2 wicket. Keshav 4 overs, 40 runs, 1 wicket. More importantly, kept his nerve in the last over. Imran Iftikhar 3 overs, 33 runs. Jishil Kamal 2 overs, 20. Vimukti Kulangit 4 overs, 28 runs, 1 wicket. The pick of the bowlers apart from Amila Curry 2 overs, 17 runs, and Mohit 1 over 25. So a 4-run victory for Orient against the Oriental Insurance. And that concludes the game. And we move on to the presentations in the next few minutes. What a cracker of a game we had at the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. The last game of the day between Orient Insurance and Oriental Insurance. Orient Insurance winning by a small margin of 4 runs. Our man of the match is Suleiman Said for his magnificent century. The award and a trophy for him. सुलेमान, आखिरी वक्त आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था जब आप आउट होके वापस बाहर आ रहे थे?
सबसे पहले तो मैं अपनी टीम का बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत अच्छा सब लड़कों ने बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट किया। हमारे साथ योगेश भाई खड़ा था, तो मैं यही सोच रहा था कि लास्ट 3 ओवर में हमको हर ओवर में एक भी 6 आ जाता तो इंशाल्लाह हम इजीली जीत जाते, मगर फॉर्चुनेटली हो नहीं गया। तो उसके लिए मैं पूरी टीम से माज़रत करना चाहता हूँ। और फिर वो बॉलिंग भी बहुत अच्छी तरीके से किया, फील्ड भी, तो इसी वजह से अगर योगेश भाई या मेरा 1-2 सिक्स आ जाता तो मैच आ जाता, मगर हार्ड लक, बस ये मैच का हिस्सा है। वो लोगों ने अच्छा खेला तो उनको कंग्रेचुलेशन सर।
और पर्सनली आपको एक सेंचुरी बनाने में कितनी खुशी मिली है?
सर हर प्लेयर को खुशी मिलना चाहिए और मिलता भी है, मगर मैं वन साइड खेला। अब्दुल्ला भी शुरू में अच्छा खेला हमारे साथ, मगर बाद में थोड़ा 1-2 प्लेयर अच्छा खेल जाता तो इंशाल्लाह हम इजीली जीत जाते सर।
थैंक यू वेरी मच, बहुत मज़ा आया आपकी बैटिंग देखने के लिए और इंशाल्लाह और अच्छी इनिंग्स का आप आगे मुजाहरा देंगे हमें। शुक्रिया।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सर।
Quickly speak to the captain of Oriental Insurance, Asim. A victory near, but yet so far at the end of it. Probably those extras which probably proved the difference in the end.
Yeah, obviously they played really well, especially in the fielding area. I think they have saved 20 or 24 runs. That could have been 4. Then the condition will be different. But obviously, and in the last 3 overs, I think that we have to hit more boundaries, and we are unable to hit the boundaries, 4s and 6s in this area. That's why ultimately they played really well, and they deserve this win.
Personally, a lot of positives to take away. The last time you played them, you all hadn't performed as much as you would like, but this time you ran them quite close. Probably the next time you meet, you must have the confidence going into the next match against them.
Yeah, definitely. We have next match against Sukoon, and we will try to win this last match of this tournament. And yeah.
And thank you. Well played. Hard luck for today and all the best for the rest of the tournament. We have the captain of Khurram, winning captain from Orient Insurance. Khurram, टेंस मैच एक कप्तान के लिए कितना ज़रूरी होता है कि अपना पूरा संयम रखे और सही फैसला लें इस सिचुएशन में?
एज ए कैप्टन अगर देखा जाए तो बहुत सारे रिस्क भी लेने पड़ते हैं, कुछ मैच की सिचुएशन के हिसाब से बॉलर्स को यूज़ करना पड़ता है, लेकिन क्रिकेट है, बैट्समैन अच्छा खेले, सल्लू ने बहुत अच्छी बैटिंग की है, अच्छे शॉट्स खेले उसने, लेकिन हमारे बॉलर्स ने भी अच्छा कमबैक किया, उसका एक अच्छा कैच पकड़ा गया, वो हमारा एक टर्निंग पॉइंट था जहाँ पर हम अपना मैच विन किया हमने।
और अपना तुरम का इक्का अमिला परेरा को आपने 19वें ओवर तक रखा, ताकि जब वो आए और इमीडिएटली पहले 2 बॉलों में उन्होंने 3 रन लिए, और सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट हुआ जब उन्होंने सुलेमान सईद को बोल्ड किया।
एक्चुअली पिछली इनिंग्स में जब हमने देखा तो उस वक्त जो फास्ट बॉलर्स थे उनका जो स्लो बॉल था वो बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट कर रहा था, हमें भी उस बहुत सारे बॉलर पर डिसीव हुए, तो इसलिए उसका एक ओवर मैंने रखा था कि ताकि हमें वक्त ज़रूरत उसकी हम उसको यूटिलाइज़ कर सकें, और उसने बड़ा अच्छा ओवर किया, और वही हमारा टर्निंग पॉइंट था जहाँ पर सल्लू बोल्ड हुआ, तो उस वक्त मैच हमारे हाथ में 50% हम उसको ले चुके थे अपने हाथ में।
ऐसी एक मैच जो आपको मिल जाती है जहाँ पर आपको टीम बिल्कुल नेक टू नेक फाइट देती है, बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है जब आप आगे के लास्ट 2-3 मैच खेलने जाते हैं।
बिल्कुल, आप अपनी गलतियों से कुछ भी अपना सीखना चाहिए आपको, और आप सीखते भी हैं अगर आप सीखने के बैलेट रखते हो, तो ऐसे मैचेस के अंदर तो आपको चाहिए कि जो आपने गलतियां हैं कि उसको टीम के साथ बैठ के आप डिस्कस करें, अपने कैप्टन के साथ, अपने सीनियर्स के साथ, अपनी टीम के साथ, तो उसमें आपको ज़रूरी है कि आप अपनी गलतियों से सीखें। तो ज़रूरी बात है, अगर नहीं सीखेंगे तो आप अच्छी टीम में आपको जो फिर वो आपको कुछ डिफेंड कर देंगे आपको।
Thank you very much. Oh, very well played. Achhi victory. And in the end, a cracker of a game comes to end. That concludes our ceremony for today. The Super Sunday comes to a close. We'll see you next week at the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. The saga continues. See you again. Good night and take care. Thank you, Pura.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to, restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and, help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
That is what we do day in and day out with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Let the journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. 'Cause in